my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we, my darlings? How are we? How are we? Darlings, I got so many requests to review the reunion of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And like I have said so many times before, darlings, it might be my channel, but it is absolutely what? It is absolutely your show. And in homage to the ladies of Potomac, I decided to go ahead and also wear red. You guys have loved this twist. It's a simple shirt, simple button down shirt, of which I twist to give it this fabulous, so my darling, that you can wear to work, you can wear it to church. It is so sharp. I live and love. So I have that treat for you also. Without a beat, my darlings, let us go on and review the reunion of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Tia Glover, and Tia Glover, also known as the Glover Girl, she appeared at the Real Housewives of Potomac, and she was wearing a custom gown by Brides of Nona. Okay, Tia. Let me start with the hair and makeup. I thought the makeup was gorgeous. That bold red lip, absolutely beautiful. She looks healthy, she looks moisturized, and she is giving us a glow. The hair was nice. I just wish that the highlights were blended a little bit more. Having said that, I liked it. As for the dress, the top half of it was nice. It was nice. It's nothing extraordinary, but it's nice. And because it's custom, it fits her frame. The mesh panel wasn't necessary. She could have cinched that waist in with a fabulous build, and this would have looked gorgeous. I think for me, it was the mesh panel. It wasn't necessary. And then on top of it, the panel, the nude mesh that they used was not her shade. So it wasn't necessary. That's how I looked at it. Gizelle Bryant. And Gizelle Bryant was wearing none other Victoria Beckham. We cannot seem to get away from the Beckhams. We cannot seem to get away from what? From the Beckhams. All right, I tell you this. Gizelle, you got the prettiest face. Gorgeous face. Really. I loved the makeup. It was giving me cat eye. I will say that, and I will give you a tutorial on makeup, because now that I'm 57, the way I used to wear makeup when I was even 47 has changed. The eyeliner on the outside ages you. Once you're getting older, you put the liner on the inside, and it really makes your eye feline and sharper. The hair style, beautiful, and the earrings and the accessories were absolutely gorgeous as far as I am concerned. The heels were also nice, that kind of snake around the ankle. As for the Victoria Beckham dress, I like it. I think it's sleek, I think it's very clean, and I love the very subtle cutouts. I liked it. I thought it was very, very nice to me. Now here is the situation. It didn't fit her frame properly and it bulged. This is the difference between a beautiful dress, a beautiful woman, and it's not coming together in unison. The dress was gorgeous. She's got a beautiful figure, but it flattened her bust and then it bulged at the waist. This is for somebody who has a very concave waist. Then it would have sat properly on her. But instead, it made her look lumpy. The dress is gorgeous, beautiful dress, but she should have chosen something that would have complemented her figure better, because it looks as if she has fat pockets on top, and she does not. It just didn't give her a nice ample bust line. It flattened her out, and then it looked tight, might I say, and that was not giving at all. It was not for her. Beautiful woman, beautiful, beautiful woman, but the dress was not for her. Moving on, we have Ashley. Let me just double check this. Ashley Bulk Darby, and she was wearing a strapless gown by Albina Dyla with a statement jacket by Ancavas. One thing I will say, when you're wearing dresses like this, you've got to have fabulous legs. She has fabulous legs, toned, and that makes the dress all the more delicious. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what dress you're wearing, it's the legs for me. I'm going to start from the bottom up out here in these streets. The heels were fabulous, the makeup dreamy. And do you see the difference? She has her eyeliner in the waterline, and it gave her that smoky, gorgeous feline look. Beautiful hair, beautiful hairstyle and accessories. And might I say that I love the tail of the dress. I love it. Just drag on, mama, and come on in. I love the brocade and the stitching and the encrusting of red accents on the dress. She knew she looked good, and she absolutely did. Flawless. Absolutely what? As far as I am concerned, it was absolutely flawless. Then we have Angela. Angela was wearing a corseted red gown by Pearl's Bridals. Always remember, there's always good in every situation and in everybody. There's always good. There's always something that you can compliment on. So let us start with the compliments. That hair is fire. The waves, it's giving me flawlessness, giving me old Hollywood glam. That kind of blue-black against her very fair complexion. Gorgeousness. I lived for the makeup. When I zoomed in, it was giving me Shadi Adu vibes. That burnt red was everything. It really was. The makeup was gorgeous. Her jewelry was lovely. It was very nice, and it was very subtle. The corset was beautiful, very nicely done, and I would have lived for this dress, truly, if she had gotten rid of the bottom half. It didn't do anything for her but make the outfit look cheap. It looked like cheap satin that you got done at the market. And then the stitching on the side wasn't necessary, because the corset was so nice on its own that she could have had that all the way down. She could have just had a stream body figure lace dress. Sometimes too much makes it so busy that we don't even know what we're looking at. And then when you put on lace gloves that doesn't match with the lace on the corset, it cheapens it further. Then you had a throw, so it was giving a very poor version of Jessica Rabbit. It wasn't necessary at all. Beautiful full bust line. You can wear this. Leave it clean, leave it simple, and you go further. But the bottom half was an absolute disaster. Jassie Harris, and she wore a rose embellished gown by Jose Atelier. I will tell you, the girls are coming up with the makeup. The makeup is flawless. It's so flawless. Lashes, brows, the transition on the lid, flawless. Earrings, flawless. The hair, the wig, and it's plucked and it's pressed down, flawless. She's a beautiful woman. Beautiful, beautiful woman. And dare I say, I see where she was trying to go with the dress. I do. I do. If you even go to the atelier, the house of atelier, you will see a similar dress, or maybe it's even the same one. And the way the roses are placed around the bustier is completely different from what our darling sis has on. On top of which, I loved the accessories on the waist, because you could have cinched in the waist and then poured all the roses there. One of the reasons why I'm doing shapewear is because I cannot stand for the life of me this opaque lining underneath and then sheer for the legs. It completely throws the fluidity of the dress completely off. It throws it right off. It should be many layers of sheer. Once you don't even need it for the bust. It should be many layers of sheer and then 2 or 3 around the waist and then tapers out. Then it becomes really atelier couture. This looks like a high school project, and it's not fair because I know she believed in the design, and the design looks like you threw a bunch of raisins on the dress, you got some plastic roses, and then you say, girl, you know, this is all I can do. And she was like, okay, I'll make it work. And it was nothing short of disappointing. It's nothing short of disappointing. It didn't work. And when I say it didn't work, it will not work on anybody. It's not her. It's that this dress is not what I can see on your page, one. And this dress that we have is much better than what she wore. I would have preferred if she came with this because the roses are giving me life. The bustier is giving me life. This is giving me fabuloso to an extent. At least you made an effort. But the other one is a very sad, poor version that traveled for 6 months to the owner, and you lost some flowers along the way. The roses were crushed, and it didn't occur to anybody to spread them out and give at least the deception of fabuloso, because the reunion theme was the art of fashion. Okay, and it was to be read, and we did not get that. We did not get that where, we did not get that there. Okay, so we have Karen Huger, and Karen Huger was wearing Avante Atelier. Okay. I love the lip. It's like an orangey, pinky red. Gorgeous. The smoky eye is beyond smoking. I lived and loved. I lived and what? I lived and I absolutely loved. The corset, flawless. Gorgeous. And between me and you, I would have preferred it without the puffy accessories. Keep it clean, keep it sharp. You've got beautiful shoulders. You've got a wonderful complexion. It would have worked. And the tail, the skirt of it was also nice. It wasn't bad. And I have to give her 10 for the corset. The corset was sharp. Beautiful. absolutely gorgeous. And I hope the corset comes on its own, because you can pair it with trousers, you can pair it with a black skirt, you can pair it with a knee-length skirt. This is flawless. I lived for it. I did live for it. She looked gorgeous, and she gave me a bit of silver. Oh, that is giving me fresh vibes. It's giving me what? Fresh vibes with that deep, deep, deep burgundy nail polish. Yes, mama, I do live, and I what? And I do love. Kiana Stewart, and she was wearing a red one-shoulder Valdry Sahiti, a sculpted draped neckline, thigh-high slit, and a floor-length train. I like the hair. I liked the updo. Her makeup was lovely, and I love the encrusted stones all over it. Again, it was giving me high school project, end of year project. It wasn't great. It wasn't breathtaking, and you will be asking me why. She did not need 6 rings on. Take all of that off and just keep the one ring that had the ruby. The earrings were giving me cheap. They looked cheap, almost as if you knocked it, the ruby will fall out. I wish she had cleaned up her hair, but the makeup was nice. And again, like I said, the updo was really pretty. It was pretty. I feel as if she didn't need the high slit. Had she just come in with no slit and just sashayed in, again, I think it would have been cleaner for me. Gorgeous, sharp, I would have lived and loved it. It was too much. You have the top tier, you have the slit, plus you have the tail, plus you have the gaudy earrings and the 6 rings. It was giving too much. It was giving me Queen of the Dracula girls, and it was not necessary. It truly was not. Miss Stissy Rash. And she was wearing a custom dress by Modupe Ola Akintade. And I'm on her page, and I can see that she has a couple of pieces out here. All right. Do you see what I was talking about, the previous slit? This doesn't have a slit. And this is giving me what? This is giving me glam. Remember when I was talking about sheer? This is sheer, but it has a sheer red panel underneath. So it's giving me liquid red gold. I am absolutely living and loving. Now, her makeup, beautiful. Her earrings, gorgeous. Nails, manicure, jewelry, just a ring. Hair, living and loving. Living and what? Living and absolutely loving. The only thing that I didn't care for, and let me just go to her page so that I can see what I can see. Was the detail on the bust. I wish she had just done that with dark red and kept it copacetic. This would have been everything. On top of which, let me also add that she could have had long figure-hugging encrusted sleeves. Encrusted sleeves so that it very much was deep in the center with a V-neck as you have, and then shoulders. With this dress, it would have been fire. We've seen this dress 100 different ways, so it's not extra special. Is it well done? It is 100% well done, and it is of the better dresses that I have seen. So good on you. Okay. Then we had Monique Samuels, and she wore Riley Knox Couture. I love her dreads. I've been thinking of doing dreads. I'm not all the way sure what kind of style, but I love her dreads. I am going to give her first place when it comes to makeup because she incorporated the burgundy into her eyeshadow, and it was the bottom lash. I thought that was so creative. It's so beautiful that you've inspired me to do a little something. That is gorgeous. Your lashes, your brows, flawless. Your blush, gorgeousness. Your lips, mama, you did give us. I lived and I loved it. Yeah? You're very slim and you have the figure. I can see you getting away with the slit on the hip. Beautiful body. And so, my darling, the back, that big upside down V, it was not necessary. You gave me a very bad version of Wonder Woman. That Wonder Woman was in character going to Halloween, and this was her evil sister. The back was not necessary. You did not need it at all. The front V, you did not need it either. You should have just left the dress as is with the slit on the hip. That was very fresh. And then all the way down a pencil long skirt that was open in the back to give you movement to walk. The Golden Ranger's leg accessories, it was not necessary. It was extremely cartoonish. It's something that you would have had if you were in a movie, in a film. It looks gorgeous when you sketch it out. I can see how you can think that the idea would be gorgeous, but you don't have the figure on the sketch. Not at all. That is one. This is a gown where we want you to look timeless and fabulous, and you were almost there without any of the accessories. It was truly a hot smoking mess. This did not even look like a high school project. This looked like something toddlers put together. You should ask for your money back. Definitely. Wendy Osefo. Wendy Osefo was wearing custom Sergio Hudson. Wendy said, I don't know if I will be back next season, so I'm going to give you something to remember me by. Round of applause! Round of applause! She was the best dressed. Everything I talked about from the other girls, she got it, she put it together, and she gave me drama. The hair was flawless. The jewelry was simple, and it was the statement earrings as far as I can see, with that Jessica rabbit on one side of her face. This looked like sequined, and they are sequins. It looked like blood, just dripping, flawless. And then with all of the drama, she gave me a coat, and then she had strappy sandals to offset her red toe polish. She definitely was dressed by a runway designer, and I lived and I loved it. She kept it very simple, and it was screaming elegance. It was screaming, this is Academy Award red carpet fabuloso. 10, 12 out of 10. She did that and then some. She did what? She understood the assignment, and she came out here and said, for those of you that are telling me that I'm not a fashion girly, you have me mixed up with somebody else in your neighborhood, because I am not her. This was flawless, moisturized, gorgeousness. I live and I love. I live and what? I live and I love. And let me also give some love to beautiful Andy, who seemed to be wearing a burgundy suit. It was so fly. I lived and loved it. And you know me, if you're just putting a bow tie, my God, I would have lost it. I hope you enjoyed it, my darling, as much as I enjoyed reviewing it. Drop it down in the comments and let me know what you agree and what you disagree with. Thoroughly enjoyed it, my darlings. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you I'll see you sooner than later. Mwah, all of my love.
Hi guys, my name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking